Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Motivation Monday. Super excited to be here with you this morning to start our day on the right foot, to start our week on the right foot. And I am so excited to talk to you about today's topic. But before we get started, let's just take a minute to bring ourselves into the present moment. We're going to close our eyes, we're going to sit nice and tall. And let's take a deep breath in through the nose and out. And one more time, in through the nose and out. Super excited to be here with you this morning. Thank you for taking that moment to breathe with me. It's really important to bring ourselves into this current moment, maybe release any tension you may be feeling this morning, and go into your day feeling as magnificent as you deserve. So, this morning, I'm here to talk to you about positive self talk, which is something that I thought I was doing very well at, actually. It's something that I talk about a lot. I ask you, my audience, a lot about how you are speaking to yourself. Are you doing it with love? Are you correcting yourself when you find yourself talking about yourself in a negative way? I used to have like a running diatribe in my mind about I'm clumsy, I'm not motivated, I'm not disciplined. I will never have what I want because I can't get out of my own way. How many of you have ever said those kinds of things to yourself or called yourself stupid, called yourself anything that's not a positive thing? Who can relate to that? Put a hand down below. No judgment here. I have been the negative Nancy and didn't mean to be, but just didn't feel good about myself. So the positive self-talk is something I've been working on for years now, and it is something that I thought I had mastered, that I had down to a science, that I felt really good. I am statement journaling every day. I really talk about myself in a way that feels good. But I just participated in a 5-day presence challenge with my coach. It is amazing, by the way. It is free. You can still get in there if you want, and take in all the videos, all the resources that she has. It's incredible. I'm going to pop the link into the comments so that if you decide you want to participate in that, it will be so helpful for you. She is incredible. She really helps you look at things in a different way. So, even though I have been practicing awareness and more mindfulness. I have a mindfulness certification. I mean, I work really hard at being mindful in my day to day. When I was doing her challenge and I was doing the homework for the challenge, one of the things was write one positive thing about yourself every day. And I struggled with that. I struggled really hard with that. It was really uncomfortable. I rubbed up against some resistance. I didn't feel good about it. There were questions like, what makes you unique? What do you love about yourself? And it just felt off. And that was a really white, blinding light moment for me because clearly I have some work to do in this area. If that was uncomfortable for me, if celebrating the things that make me made me uncomfortable, then I need to look at that because I am out here teaching you how to do that. I am out here encouraging you to take better care of yourselves. And I know that taking good care of you starts with treating yourself like someone that you love. I say all the time, do you treat yourself the way you would treat a best friend? Do you talk to yourself the way you would talk to a best friend? And if you're not doing those things, it's really important that you do. But I didn't really recognize that I wasn't doing it for myself in the way that I actually needed. And it was really eye opening. And I'm just super grateful to have that awareness. So now that I can work on that, improve it so that I can even up level my life even more because things have been really good for me in the last couple of weeks. I really struggled in January. I was really feeling undeserving, unworthy, unhappy, sad. I was just sad. I was in a place where I couldn't understand why I couldn't get out of my own way, why I was reverting into old habits, and why I couldn't just see the good in my life because I knew it was there. And I think it was meant for me to go through that so that I could share it from a more recent experience, because I went through all those things many years ago, but I have been doing so well over the last few years that I didn't have any recent experience to draw on. So I think that I was invited to go through that so that I could be more relatable and that I could share how I moved through it more quickly, and that we don't have to stay stuck where we are, that we have the opportunity to rise above our circumstances, that we don't have to let the things that happen in our day to day life define us, that we get to decide every single day how we feel. But a big part of that is talking to ourselves like someone we love and taking care of ourselves in a way that treats ourselves with love and respect. And it really is about talking to yourself like someone you love. And I know that's really uncomfortable for a lot of people. And it was uncomfortable for me. Like I said, when I started writing this down, I'm like, it doesn't feel good. And then I was like, but why doesn't it feel good? Because we're not conditioned to do it that way. We are conditioned to be humble, to be to not celebrate ourselves too much because that's cocky or conceited, or you're going to be viewed as someone who's full of herself. How many times in your lifetime have you said, she thinks she's awful? She thinks she's something special, or she's too big for her britches. How many times have you heard that saying in your life? I heard that a lot growing up. Don't be too big for your britches now. Like, it's meant to keep you small, those kinds of things. But and I've said those things. I will not even I'm just gonna be completely honest about it. I have said those things about other women. Now, it was a long time ago, it was before I got to this place, but it doesn't matter. It's not but that had nothing to do with them and how they were showing up, and everything to do with me and how them being so confident made me uncomfortable. It triggered something in me. It made me feel less than to see them be so much. But that has zero to do with them and everything to do with me. And it's an invitation to heal. And it's an invitation to do better. And it's an invitation to love yourself more. Having that awareness will really help you up level your life, because if nothing changes, nothing changes. If you continue the way you're continuing, you're going to continue to have what you've always had. So if you want to have something different, you have to be willing to look at things differently, and you have to be willing to admit where you've made mistakes and where you are struggling and what requires more love and attention from you. And it all starts with talking to yourself like someone you love. And just being aware of it is such a win. It is such a big win. I love it when I see women who are not blaming someone else for how they feel and taking responsibility for themselves. Because I tell you what, I played the blame game for a very long time. I was a victim for a very long time, victim of my upbringing, victim of my conditioning, victim of my body, victim, everywhere in my life. I was playing the victim and I enjoyed it. And it wasn't but I wasn't aware of it. I didn't know I was doing it until I started doing this kind of work, until I started looking inward at myself and really allowing myself to learn the lessons and to be open to doing things differently and to wanting lasting and meaningful change. If you want those things, you have to be willing to look at what's happening. And it all begins with you and loving the beautiful person that you are. It is not conceited or cocky to admit that you are awesome. It is, and you don't have to say that you're awesome, but you can say that you are kind, and you can say that you are compassionate, and you can say that you are strong in this area and this area and this area. And that doesn't mean anything about you except that you recognize how awesome you are and the gifts that you have to give to this world, and that you are willing to be a shining bright light for yourself and others. That knowing your gifts and sharing those with others is a beautiful thing. And we need to be less afraid of sharing it and of doing it and of being who we are and shrinking into ourselves to make other people comfortable, because you don't want to be too big for your britches, because you don't want to be looked upon as someone who's conceited or cocky, because you don't want to be judged by your friends and family. People are judging you anyway. Do you, be you, love you, talk to yourself like someone you love. I know I'm repeating myself, but the reason that I am is because I thought I was doing well at this. But the fact that it was hard for me to write it down tells me that I have more work to do. So I have more work to do. I know I'm not the only one. I know there are some of you out there who are struggling with being consistent and of taking care of your body and of feeding yourself what you know will fuel you, and with showing up in your life with integrity and with being the person you know you are meant to be. We are being called to do more and to be the people that we're meant to be and share our gifts and just love our life. How amazing would it feel just to love your life? To get up every morning with a smile on your face and gratitude in your heart, knowing that you are doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing and showing up exactly the way that you're supposed to be showing up. How would that feel on the inside? That is why I share, because that is what I want for you, because it is available to you. There's nothing that you cannot have. There's nothing that you can't achieve. There's nothing that you can't overcome. You are amazing. And I want you to tell yourself that every single day. And if you come up against any resistance about saying that to yourself, ask yourself why. Why won't I let myself believe this about myself? What is keeping me stuck in the same repeating patterns? How can I break free? What can I do today that will take me one step closer to where I want to be? Asking yourself quality questions will give you a quality life. It is so amazing. It is so magnificent. And where I want you to start today is every single day from now until eternity, I want you to say one positive thing about yourself and try to make it different than it was the day before. Write it down. Do it with your nightly journaling. I would love for you to be doing daily gratitudes anyway. We're doing a gratitude challenge inside Mind, Body, Soul Connection. I am loving it. It is bringing me such joy, and I'm feeling more like myself. Those struggles of January are disappearing by the moment. I feel so good about myself. I feel so good in my body. I feel so good about what I'm doing. I started writing my book this weekend. The book that I have been saying I wanted to write since I was a little girl, it has started, it has begun. I am so excited because I'm doing this work, because I am becoming more aware of my thoughts and my feelings and my beliefs and how they are either helping me or hindering me. And I'm making the changes that are required to get me to where I want to be. And it starts with loving the beautiful person that you are, talking to yourself like someone you love. So start writing down one thing every single day that you love about you and celebrate it. And really just start being you, the incredible person that you are. Don't be afraid to shine. Don't be afraid to share the real you with other people in your life. The people who love and support you are going to be so excited for you. They are going to be over the moon excited for you. Anyone who is annoyed by you doing you isn't meant for you anyway. They just aren't. They aren't meant for you anyway. And that says more about them than it does about you. Do you love you? Talk to yourself like someone you love for the 15th time in this live. I think I've said that. All the love and light from my heart to yours, wishing you the most incredible Monday. Take care of you.